Hi there, my name is Keith and welcome to my video blog. I suppose I'll start off this video blog with a statement and then I'll spend the next few minutes trying to defend that statement. Dana White is a genius. Lately, the biggest news for me out of the UFC is the fact that Dana White has signed CM Punk. Now some of you might say to yourself, okay, wait a second, CM Punk, isn't that WWE superstar? Yes, you are correct. CM Punk, up until January, was the most polarizing figure in the WWE. Several years ago, he had a moment called the pipe bomb, where he took a microphone in his hand and he seemed to break off script as he listed out all the different grievances that he had with the company. You didn't know if what you were watching was real or fake. All you knew was you wanted to tune in to see what was going to happen next. CM Punk went on to be one of the more entertaining performers that company has seen in a long time. The self-proclaimed best in the world never faltered on his promise of delivering high-class entertainment in everything that he did. Whether it be cutting a promo or having fantastic matches, he was great to see. And the fact that Dana White has now signed him to a UFC contract has sparked so much controversy in the fighting world. On the one hand, you have people who will say he doesn't deserve a shot, he's a WWE superstar, that makes a mockery of the sport. Then you'll have other people that are saying, hey, congratulations, welcome to the UFC, the best of luck to you. Now, I am not what you would consider to be a great UFC fan. I watch probably about 5 pay-per-views a year, and a couple of those I'll host here at my house. I don't know a lot about the UFC. Now, I can tell you who a lot of the fighters are, but I have friends of mine who are much more intelligent when it comes to UFC. They can tell you things like who all of the middleweight champions who have been and who they defeated along the way. And if you were to say that somebody has a 10-4 record, they could probably tell you who those 10 wins were and who those 4 losses were. And I applaud that, but I'm not that guy. So you have those friends of mine who will pretty much watch anything and everything that has to do with not just the UFC, but mixed martial arts in general. But I don't necessarily think that this signing of CM Punk is necessarily geared towards that audience. I think it's more geared towards somebody like myself. Somebody like myself who is more of a medium watcher, and I'll tell you why. The people that I just mentioned, those friends of mine who watch everything, they're going to continue to watch everything. Don't think that they're going to stop watching the UFC because they think that CM Punk shouldn't be a part of it. Of course they're going to watch. They might watch begrudgingly, but they're watching nonetheless. Whereas somebody like myself who thinks that at times the UFC is oversaturated with Fight Pass and it seems to be like at least 1 or 2 events on every week, I will tune in and I will buy a pay-per-view if you tell me that CM Punk is going to be on it, because I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see what's going to happen when he comes out to the octagon. Is he going to drop to a knee and proclaim it's clobbering time? Is he going to play for the crowd? Is he going to be more focused on the fight at hand? Who is he going to fight? How is he going to handle getting punched? What's his punching situation going to be like? Is he going to be a good striker? Is he going to be good at submission? He's not going to be able to deliver the go to sleep. What is going to happen when CM Punk steps into that octagon? Now, the fact that I am here Tuesday, several days removed from UFC 181, and I'm not talking about the fact that Pettis retained his title or that Lawler won a split decision, but the thing that I can't get out of my mind where the UFC is concerned is the fact that CM Punk has signed is what makes Dana White a genius. Because CM Punk could have gone to another organization. CM Punk could have gone back to the WWE because I'm sure they were offering him lots of money. And the fact that Dana White probably upped that offer to bring him in just underlines the fact that Dana White knows what value that he's getting. Now, I was looking at Twitter and I was seeing a lot of tweets coming out from UFC superstars. Some of them were saying, hey, welcome to the UFC. And some of them were taking shots and saying, hey, I want to fight you, and hey, try getting in the octagon with me. One of my more favorite ones was from John Jones saying, hey, guess what? I'm headlining WrestleMania 31. I think that's funny. I think John Jones should probably be more concerned with Daniel Cormier, but that's a whole other conversation. A lot of the fighters have this reaction, and I don't think that they have this reaction because they think CM Punk's, devaluing their sport, but I think it's out of envy, and I'll explain. I'll take Michael Bisping, for example, one of the people that did call out CM Punk. Now, I'm not calling out Michael Bisping, and I have no problem with him. As a matter of fact, I had a friend of mine who went to Las Vegas for a UFC event and had an opportunity to meet Michael Bisping and said he was a super nice guy, and I don't doubt that. But when Michael Bisping is taking to Twitter and saying, hey, CM Punk, come and fight me, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. Like him or not like him, it doesn't matter. Michael Bisping is not the guy who's going to main event a pay-per-view. CM Punk can walk in with a 0-0 record and main event a pay-per-view, and I'll buy it. If you tell me that Michael Bisping's main eventing a pay-per-view, with all due respect, that is not going to get me to jump on the phone and invite a bunch of people over to my house. Because quite frankly, if he was going to main event a pay-per-view, we probably would have seen it by now. And this isn't just directed at Michael Bisping. This is directed at so many of the other fighters who seem to be taking issue with CM Punk being there. It isn't the fact that these fighters aren't worthy of being in the main event. It's the fact that Dana White is a marketing genius. He understands the fact that by bringing in CM Punk, not only are UFC fans going to be engaged, but WWE fans who have missed the best in the world are going to be engaged as well and buy that pay-per-view also. So it isn't necessarily about whether or not it makes UFC sense or fighter sense. It's whether or not it makes business sense. And to coin a phrase that's popularly used in the WWE, this is what's best for business. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like when CM Punk gets into the octagon. I think it's going to be fantastic, and I'll tell you this: I think the pay-per-view buy rates are going to be probably one amongst the highest of the year. What do you think about CM Punk joining? I'd love to hear from you. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you care? Let me know. As always, you can reach me on Twitter at CFL_fan, Facebook.com/WhittyWhittier, and WhittyWhittier.com. I appreciate you taking the chance to check out this blog, and I'll talk to you soon.